Hi, my name is Jakob. I'm 14 years old and I live in Bosnia. Bosnia is in the Balkans. It used to be a part of Yugoslavia, but now we're our own country. In the countryside where I live, there are a lot of hills, mountains, rivers, and springs. Bosnia is made up of three main nationalities. There are Bosniaks, who are mostly Muslims, the Croats, who are Catholics, and the Serbs, who are Orthodox Christians. Even though they were against each other in the war, today they live together somewhat peacefully. I am Roma, and so are most of the people in my village. Our people live all over Eastern Europe. Here in Bosnia, most Romas have Islam as their religion. My parents and I are the only Christians in my neighborhood. Sometimes it can be hard. People treat me differently, but I love that I get to be an example for Jesus every day. This is our Saturday church service. My dad is the pastor and worship leader of our small congregation, and my mom helps him with the church responsibilities all the time. I help by running the overhead projector for worship. It's the weekend, so there's no school today. That means I can get some work done at our Seeds of Hope community garden. We grow all sorts of vegetables to help those in our church and our neighborhood who are in need. And we get most of our seeds from wonderful people like you. At home, I have to feed and water our goat. My younger brother helps me. Usually. It's his job to take the trash to the neighborhood dump, but since I'm a good older brother, I'll help him. After our chores, we're free to do what we like. We get together with the neighborhood kids and play football almost every day. That's what you call soccer. Well, now you know a little about me and what it's like to live in Bosnia. Thanks for coming along. Bye.
Growing up, I didn't really know what love was. My mother was distant and my father was in the military. Everything in our home was about order and discipline. That's why I was first attracted to Leo. Leo loved to laugh and joke. He could take a difficult situation and make everyone smile in the end. When our daughter Lucy was born, they were the best of friends, always laughing and rolling on the floor together. Through my little family, I was experiencing love for the first time. When Lucy was 3.5, we started taking English classes together at the source. I quickly became friends with Karen, Lucy's teacher. She was full of hope and peace, something you rarely find in people here. I was drawn to her. Before long, Lucy and I started attending Karen's church. Both Lucy and I loved the music. I had never thought of singing to God, and I didn't even think He existed. The love that I saw was greater than anything I had ever experienced. I wanted to follow Jesus, but I couldn't. I was afraid because I knew my parents and Leo wouldn't approve. Every Sunday, I told Leo that we were meeting with a group from the center to talk and drink coffee. He didn't think much of it. One day, he asked Lucy what we did every Sunday. She told him the truth. I braced myself for the fight that I knew was coming. Instead, he quietly said to me, "You can go wherever you want, but you can't drag my daughter to church." When Lucy told him how much she loved going, he reluctantly let her go. Several months later, Leo became very sick. He had advanced leukemia. They released him to come home on hospice. Our church family came around and prayed for us. These people were praying for my husband, a man that wanted nothing to do with them. Mark, one of the leaders in the church, came to visit our home. I was shocked when Leo accepted the prayer and the love that Mark showed. Leo apologized through his tears for trying to keep me from these people. When caring for both my daughter and Leo became too much, a nurse from the church offered to come free of charge. She cared for Leo at night as we slept. He saw her reading her Bible and asked if she could read it to him. He would listen until he was able to sleep. During the day, I would care for him, and Lucy tell him about Jesus. Leo saw the love of God as people from the church came to care for us, even when he had nothing to give back. And for the first time, he understood Christ's love for him. Before he passed away, he decided to follow Jesus. We missed him terribly, but have peace in knowing where he is. Months after his death, I was struggling to provide for Lucy and myself. I continued attending church, but still hadn't committed to follow Jesus. One Sunday morning, I came to church with only 50 cents in my pocket. I knew that I was supposed to give all that I have to God. I reached into my pocket and thought, at least I have some potatoes at home. I decided to trust God. I cooked the potatoes. As we were eating, the doorbell rang. It was two of my husband's friends. I had nothing to offer them, but they wanted to come in anyways. We talked about Leo and Lucy, and they did their best to encourage me. As they left, they gave $50 to Lucy and $50 to me. In Bosnia, this is no small thing. This just doesn't happen. God provided for me through this man who knew nothing about what had happened that morning. I cried out, "Jesus, I give you all that is dear to me. I give you my daughter and my life because I know you care for me. Even though I lost my husband, I know that I'm loved and that I will never be alone.
So I know you're there, I know you're watching, though I don't feel you, and I don't live